fix it all. Somebody who is having a lot of trouble sleeping.
Yeah, unfortunately insomnia is quite common, but I will say to people, look, there's a couple of reasons why you'll have trouble either getting to sleep or waking in the night. And the first of those is we actually need time to think. But some people don't give themselves time to think. They'll keep busy all day and they'll even be active relaxers. And that isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you're not giving yourself time to think or time to feel, because emotions aren't bad either, Rob. I've said it many times, emotions are not bad. It's unresolved emotions that cause problems. So we need time to feel and process our emotions so we come out the other side. But some people don't like that processing time. It's like, oh, I don't want to feel this is horrible. Something like grief, for instance, is something that will it takes time to come out the other side. Some things are quicker, some things are longer, like grief. And so we try and avoid that feeling time. Well, we can't avoid it. And it's the same with thinking. We need time to think and process. And if we don't give ourselves that time through the day, guess what? The brain, when you're trying to go to sleep, suddenly goes, oh, now's my time. And all that stuff comes up.
You've been reading my mail, haven't you? Look, I mean, that's exactly the sort of thing, is that I go to bed and then I'm going,
right. So
and I wake up at 3 in the morning and the same thing happens. So
the answer is to deal with that through the day. By I say dealing with it, is even if you give yourself half an hour in the evening to think, just sit there with the TV off, nothing, just think and process, and perhaps write some notes for yourself if you need to, that, all right, I'll deal with this tomorrow, and or feel, then you'll find that your brain doesn't need to bring that stuff up at night.
Okay, because I know people who take sleeping pills and goodness knows what sort of potions to try to get themselves to sleep through.
Well, the problem with that is you're treating the symptom and not the cause. It's like if the oil light goes off, goes on in your car, it's like putting a piece of tape over it so you can't see it. Okay, you want to treat the cause, and the cause is not. So I said there was two reasons. The first is that we do need thinking and processing time, and if you don't give it to yourself, it'll happen at night. The second reason is we need feeling time. Now, it's not just about what's going on in our life now, but about the unresolved stuff from the past. And sometimes in our current life, something can trigger unresolved stuff from the past, and it can come up in the night. So finding a way, and of course, as you know, that's what I do, is helping people to process those emotions, whether they're from the past or current. And it's not just emotions, it's beliefs, those negative thoughts, so that they're not interrupting our sleep, because they have a bad habit of doing that.
So things like lack of self-belief, even though we won't admit to it?
Yeah. Not admitting to it, that's a very wise thing for you to say, because a lot of what's coming up in the night is stuff that we're not walking around with consciously in our head, because it's subconscious. So because the subconscious mind is huge, about 95 to 99% of our mind in actual fact. So yes, you say that even though you're not aware of it, and some people might say, look, I've got no worries, there's nothing I'm worried about, there's no reason why I should be not sleeping, but that's because they've been very good at pushing it down. Now, you mentioned self-belief. Yes, if we don't have a good sense of self-belief or self-worth, then we tend to have a negative view of our life going forward, that it's not going to be as good, that we're not going to be as good, and of course that's a worry. Worry is going to pop up at night.
The other thing is that we're very, very vulnerable when it comes to tall poppy, and we don't stand up and go, I'm good at that.
Yeah, and it's funny when people do, you look at them a bit funny, as if to say, oh, they think a lot of themselves, don't they?
Yeah, you instantly go, who do you think he is?
Yeah, we are programmed to think poorly of ourselves, and that has to change. Because when we think well of ourselves, and of course, as you know, that's a large part of what I do with people, helping them to love and accept themselves and have self-worth and feel that they're deserving and worthy. Because when we feel, if you don't feel deserving or worthy or good enough, it's very, very hard to attract a life, because we tend to attract that which matches our thoughts, beliefs and emotions. It's very hard to attract a life that's going to be great when you're not feeling great.
Would that be why this attracting whatever is when you are down, you've got financial problems, the world just implodes onto you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because the more you focus, because you know what worry is, Rob? Worry is focusing on what you don't want. And with law of attraction, the more you're going to attract to you that which matches your vibration. So when you're thinking about what you don't want, i.e. your lack of money, you're actually going to attract more of what you don't want. The only way you can change your life is to change your thoughts, your beliefs and your emotions.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. That's why you need people like me, because it is not easy, you're right.
And you can't do it on your own.
It's pretty hard. You can, but it's pretty hard.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the other thing that happens, I guess, is that you are in a rut and you think, I just cannot see a way clear. I'm in a relationship, or I'm in a work situation, or whatever.
Yes. It'd be interesting how often people say that to me. They'll come and they'll sit down, I haven't met them before, and I'll say, you know, what's brought you here? And they go, I feel stuck. But I can't change anything. And once I get talking, usually they'll say, I don't know why I'm stuck. But as soon as I start asking a few questions and delving down, I find out very, very quickly why it is. Often it's a relationship, but not always. Might be a job or a business. But what I say to people is, look, I'm a rock clearer. Right now, you think that this is the only path you can be on, and you feel stuck because you don't want to be on this path anymore. But in actual fact, there are other paths here, but they're full of rocks. Some of them big, some of them little, some of them gigantic. If I clear those rocks off, and those rocks will be your fears, your doubts, your worries, your thoughts. If I clear those out of the way, then you'll have a choice whether to walk that path or not. So
You actually sort of give the person the strength to move them themselves, though.
I do.
Yeah.
Because lack of self-worth, which you brought up before, can be a big boulder from changing from one path to another. I'm not good enough, I can't do it, it's not going to work. We need to clear all of those things out of the way.
Complicated things, heads, aren't they?
Yes, and emotions are very complicated.
Karen, thank you very much
You're
indeed.
welcome.
Just a moment or two, we're going to be talking about employment and what you can do, what you should do, and how you should do it.